Just start to settle in. So taking these next few moments to just arrive. You can allow thoughts about your day, to-do list to sort of drift away. Starting to bring your awareness right here into this present moment. Bringing your attention to your breath. Sending your breath all the way down into that lower belly. To breathe in. Separating the index fingers and thumbs. Belly expands. As the belly depletes, index fingers and thumbs will rejoin. See if you can stay with your breath. Focusing on the exhale. Every breath in, feeling the belly rise. Index fingers and thumbs separate, and on every exhale, slowly allowing them to drift back together. Staying with us, if you can around to breath. Another deep inhale here. Slow exhale. Just releasing the hands. And we'll slide the hands to the outsides of the knees. Draw the knees in toward one another here. And then from here, slide your blocks out. And just walk the feet out to the edges of the mat. So allow the knees to drop in toward the center. Pause here. And And then from here, you can take the arms up overhead, bending the elbows. Bring the elbows in line with the shoulders, coming into cactus arms. And we'll start to windshield wiper out the legs, nice and easy. So dropping the knees toward the right. And then moving on your breath here as you inhale, slowly bring the knees back to the center. And on an exhale, taking the knees over to the left. Inhaling back toward the center. Exhale up and over to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale up and over to the left. And you can start to add the head here slowly, taking the head with you in the opposite direction. Nice and easy. Moving on your breath, you can imagine the knees are kind of like seaweed underwater. And the next time that you drop your knees over to the left, easing over that right shoulder, you direct some of the breath into the lower rib cage and the lower back. Take another breath here. And as you inhale, lifting the knees back toward the center. Bring them all the way up and over to the right. Let the right low back and rib cage peel away. And then direct your the left side this time. And direct your breath into that whole left side. One more breath in here. And slowly releasing back to center. We'll give the knees a hug here. Wrap your arms around your knees. Slowly allow the low back to peel away from the floor. And then starting a little circle here, you can take the hands onto the knees and start to make a little circle clockwise here, letting that low back press down into the floor and peel away. After going through a couple of circles in one direction, go ahead and reverse that circle. So moving in the opposite direction. Take your time, nice and easy. Letting that sacrum press down into the floor and then peel away. And then the next time you draw the knees in toward the chest, we'll lengthen that left leg long onto your mat. Interlace the fingers underneath that right knee and just give that knee a tug in toward your chest. Stay here for a couple of breaths, just starting to open up through the front of that right hip. And then we'll take that circle once again. So imagine you have a pencil on the end of that knee. You can let the low back press down into the floor and then peel away. And then nice and easy reversing that circle. So coming in the opposite direction. Take your time. And then the next time you give your knee a hug, scoot your hips about 2-3 inches over to the right. Take this knee across the body. And then gazing over that right shoulder, bend the elbow here, allow the weight of that right shoulder blade to release toward the floor. Maybe sliding that left hand to the outside of the knee. Take another breath in here. Exhale your breath, and we'll come back onto the back here. Sliding your hands back behind that right thigh. Just go ahead and nice and easy, lengthen that right leg toward the ceiling. And then bending the knee in from here, and then lengthening the leg up toward the ceiling. For a couple more. Nice and easy, moving on your breath. So as you inhale, lengthening through that leg. And as you exhale, bend. And then the next time we lengthen that leg, we're going to hold. Find that full extension through the leg. Stay here, or maybe sliding the hands back behind the calf. And then from here, feeling the upper body away from the floor. Draw the forehead toward the knee. Take a breath. And as you exhale, think of lengthening toward that right leg. Nice and slow. Keep that leg actively engaged and see if you can float it all the way down to the floor, lengthening it toward that opposite wall. From here, allow the leg to drop open. Just take a moment here to feel the difference in your hips. Maybe that right leg feels a little longer than the left. And then when you're ready, giving that left knee a hug. We'll interlace the fingers underneath the knee here. Draw your knee in toward your chest. Just using that upper body strength here. Holding in. Starting to release through the front of that left hip, and then we'll take that same circle. So letting that low back press down into the floor and then peel away. A couple of circles in one direction here. And as you're ready, just reversing that circle, nice and easy. Letting the sacrum press down into the floor and then peel away from the floor. The next time you give your knee a hug, scoot your hips a bit to your left this time. We'll take the knee across the body. Let the weight of that left shoulder blade release into the floor. Gazing over that left shoulder. Breathing into that twist. That right hand might come to the outside of the knee here. Take another breath in. Exhale here, just twisting out, and we'll unwind and come back onto your back. Slide the hands back behind the thigh. And then just fully extend through that left leg. You can keep that right knee bent in as needed. And then bend the knee and draw your foot in toward the sitting bone here. And then lengthen that leg. So think of keeping the knee still in space. And then you're moving from your knee joint. Re-extend the leg. And then bending the knee in. Once again, we'll fully extend that leg. And then stay with the hands back behind the thigh or sliding them up to the calf. Peel the upper body away from the floor. Drawing the forehead toward the knee here. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, fully engage that leg. Think of lengthening it toward that opposite wall. And reach it all the way down to the floor, nice and slow. From here, just allow the leg to drop open. Take a moment just to feel the difference in the hips. Maybe that leg goes a little bit longer. And then from here, taking the arms up overhead, just taking the stretch from your fingers all the way down to your toes. We'll bend the knees in one at a time. And this time, drawing the knees in toward the chest, go ahead and roll onto your side. And take that arm up overhead like a pillow. Pausing here for a moment. And then allowing for the head to be the last to come up, pressing your way all the way up to a seat here. You're welcome to take a block or maybe a folded blanket and bring it underneath the hips for support. And then we'll sit up nice and tall, lengthening up through the crown of the head. And as you lengthen the crown of the head up toward the ceiling, let the sitting bones sink down into the mat. And then if you're feeling kind of rounded in your low back, just taking some padding underneath the hips. This will elevate the hips. Bring the hips up higher than the knees. Shrug your shoulders, bring them down and onto your back. Rest your hands on your thighs. And close the eyes. Take a moment here to come into your breath. As you breathe in, the crown of the head will reach up toward the ceiling. And as you breathe out, sitting bones sinking down into the floor. And then from here, taking a breath in. Exhale the breath. Blink open the eyes if the eyes are closed and just drop the ear toward that right shoulder. You're welcome to stay here or take the hand, wrap it around. Gentle tug here. And then staying with this or lengthening out through those left fingertips. Take a breath in. And exhale, releasing nice and easy. And this time dropping the ear toward that left shoulder. So try not to elevate the shoulder here. Staying with this or wrapping that left hand around. Gentle tug. And then you can lengthen out through those right fingertips. Take a breath in here. Exhale, releasing. And this time interlacing the fingers. Go ahead and bring the hands back behind the head and drop your chin toward your chest. Allow the weight of the elbows to release toward the floor. Take a breath in and exhale, release the hands. And we'll take a couple of shoulder rolls here. So shrugging the shoulders up by the ears, drawing the shoulder blades onto your back. Go through a couple more. Moving on your breath. And then from here, we'll reverse that circle. Shrugging the shoulders up by your ears and drawing them forward. Go through a couple more just like that. And then from here, we'll draw the shoulders up by the ears once again. This time, release the hands down. Fingertips just barely graze your mat. Turn your palms to face up. Open across the chest a bit. As you inhale, float the arms all the way up, maybe joining the palms here. And as you exhale, reach out for the fingertips, so pressing the space away. As you inhale, arms sweep open across the chest. Take the palms together. Exhale, reaching out through the fingertips. Press the space away. One more like that. Let's palms face up, open the chest. Maybe gaze up toward your thumbs. And then reaching out through the fingertips. Press the space away. As you inhale here, we'll sweep the arms all the way up. And on an exhale, just take a side bend over to your right. Releasing that right hand down. Take the left arm alongside the ear. And then see if you can ground down to that left sitting bone. From there, find some length out through the fingertips. Keep the chest turning up. Maybe shifting your gaze up toward that top hand and then directing some breath into those ribs. One more breath here. We'll sweep the hand down. Draw your forehead toward your knee. From here, allow the back of the neck to relax. Start to drop through that left shoulder a bit. And then from here, we'll take a breath in, sweeping that hand to the outside of the knee. Come on to fingertips. Grow a little taller here. And then as you exhale, start to build your way into this twist. Inhale, grow a little bit taller. And as you exhale, deepening this twist, easing over that right shoulder. One more breath here. Exhale to deepen the twist. And as you inhale, we'll unwind. Take the arms all the way up alongside your ears. Backstroking the arms back behind you here. Come on to fingertips. Bend your elbows. From here, lift your heart. Allow the chest to lift. Bring it to a little back bend. One more breath. From here, releasing, we'll sweep the arms all the way around, holding forward here. Allow the weight of the head to release. Take another breath here. Exhale, and then nice and easy, rolling up through the spine. Go ahead and take the hands back behind you. Rock back your sitting bones. Just switch to crossing the legs. We'll reach the arms back out. Turn your palms to face up once again. Take the arms all the way up. Take the palms together here. Exhale. Press the space away, reaching through the fingertips. Palms face up. Sweep the arms open across your chest. Join the palms. Exhale. Reach out through the fingertips. Press the space away. Nice. Once again, arms sweep. Maybe gazing toward the thumbs here. And then press the space away. This next time you breathe in, take the arms all the way up. Join the palms this time as you exhale. Take a side bend over to your left. Releasing that left arm down. Take the right arm alongside the ear. And then try not to let this hip lift off. In fact, ground down through that right sitting bone. And then reach out through those right fingertips. Chest turns up, gaze up towards your hand here. Breathe into those ribs. Take one more breath. We'll sweep the hand down. Draw your forehead towards your knee from here. Allow the weight of the head to release. Relax your jaw. And allow the right shoulder to drop a bit. We'll take another breath in. This time, take your hand and bring it to the outside of the knee. Take this other hand, bring it back behind you and come on to fingertips. Grow tall. And as you exhale, coming into your twist. So as you inhale, crown of the head reaching toward the ceiling. Exhale, think of the ribs wrapping around. From there, the head and neck will follow. One more breath in, grow taller. Start to deepen this twist. And then unwind. We'll take the arms all the way up. From here, backstroke the arms back behind you. Come to fingertips. Bend your elbows just a bit. From here, lift your heart. Lifting the chest. Like you've got a string, pulling the breastbone up toward the ceiling. A little back bend here. Breath in. And then nice and easy. Sweep the arms around here like you're painting with the fingertips. Allow the weight of the head to release. Coming into a forward fold. One more breath. And nice and easy. We'll walk the hands in. Come back to a seat here. And then slide any padding away from your seat. We're going to come onto hands and knees. So you're welcome to keep this blanket underneath the knees or bring it to the side. And from here, bring your hips and knees in line. We'll stack the shoulders so that they're over top of the wrist. Spread through your fingers. See if you can make contact on into the floor through all parts of the hand, the finger pads and the knuckle pads. And then from here, we're just going to slightly shift forward and back. So Keeping the fingers spread. Just kind of waking up the wrist a bit. Go through a couple more just like this. Bringing that attention into the wrist. And then the next time you shift forward, we're going to turn the wrists so that they face in toward one another. And come through that back and forth again. Take it slow. Might be moving a little bit more slowly than I am, or a little more quickly. Kind of moving mindfully, warming up those wrists. The next time you come back, go ahead and bring your wrists so they turn around. You're going to have a smaller range of motion here. But this might have a little deeper opening and stretch the wrist coming into those forearms. So smaller range of motion, but maybe opening up through the wrists and forearms a bit. One more. And then the next time we come forward, we'll spin the palms so that they face back around. Just take a little mini circle here. Keeping weight pouring into all parts of the hand. Circling clockwise. And then reversing that circle coming clockwise. So some of us have been working from home or maybe homeschooling, or maybe you're just on the computer a little bit more on your devices. So paying some attention to those wrists. We'll come back to the middle here. Make sure you're all lined up, hips and knees, shoulders stacked over the wrist. And then just dropping the belly from here, allow the heart to extend. And as you exhale, curling your tail under around all the way to cat. So the belly will drop from here, the heart will lift, lifting your gaze. And as you exhale, rounding your spine, bring your chin to your chest, rising all the way into cat. And then moving through cat and cow here, staying with the breath. Taking your time. As you inhale, the belly drops, the heart lifts. Exhale, curl the tail under round all the way into cat. Once again, extending the heart here. And as you exhale, curling the tail under round all the way up. Nice. This next time that you round up through the spine, we'll curl the tail under, and from here, separate the knees a little wider apart, bring your big toes together. Take the hips all the way back for the heels, inch the fingertips out a little further in front. Allow the forehead to rest on the mat, and then inch the hands out here. Take a breath. And as you exhale, walk your way over to the right. Laying over that right thigh, press into the hands, and reach the hips over to the left. And then you can maybe stack that left palm over top the right, breathing into that left side. We'll keep this nice and long, walk it through center, and make your way over to the left this time. So maybe that right palm stacks over top the left. And then direct some breath into that right side. Nice and easy, coming back to the middle. Rising back onto all fours. Keep the hands slightly forward. We're going to shift forward and back this time. So taking a little more of an extended cat-cow. So lengthening through the belly as you shift forward. Shoulders come a little forward to the wrist. Tail tucks under around, back hips to your heels. Take your time. Moving through this a couple more times. And then the next time that you shift forward, you're going to take this into a circle. So bringing the weight into this right wrist. Take the hips all the way back and around like you're going to take a child's pose, but this time you jump. And bring your weight into that left wrist. Go through a couple circles in one direction here, moving clockwise. Starting to open up through the hips and the shoulders. And then the next time we shift forward, I'm going to take that circle in the opposite direction. Sending the hips back toward that left knee and sitting bone or heel, and then all the way back around. One more like that. Nice. And then the next time that you shift forward, go ahead and realign a bit. So bring those hips and knees in line. Stack your shoulders over the wrist, and we'll sweep the right arm open across the chest here. As you exhale, just bending that elbow, stretching around, and then moving with your breath. Inhale, peeling all the way back out, open across the chest. Exhale, maybe come a little bit further. One more like that. Inhale, this time peeling up. Open the chest. We'll slide this one all the way underneath. You're welcome to take your ear to the block here or to your mat, and then inch the left fingertips out long in front of you. So the hips are more or less lined up over the knees. The arms will form an L here. Then you can inch those fingertips out a little further. Press into the hand here.
And open up through that shoulder. Notice if you're shifting your weight into that left side, can you bring some more weight into that right side? Shift the hips back a bit. And then from here, you can stay here, or you can float this arm up, opening across your chest. And then use that to turn the chest up a bit. One more breath. And we'll release the hand back down. If you lifted it, slide your hand back up underneath of your shoulder here. Find a little lift through your belly. Unwind that right arm, open across your chest. And as you exhale, bringing the hand back down, we'll come on to the left side from here. So moving on, breath. Inhale the left arm up. Open the chest, exhale, bend the elbows, stretch around. Inhale, peeling out, open across the chest. Maybe come through a little further. One more like this. We're gonna come all the way through this time, threading the needle, that shoulder coming down toward the mat. You can bring your ear to a block or a blanket or to the mat, and then inch the right hand out far in front of you. As you press into the hand, shift some weight back toward the hips and find that stretch in that right shoulder. Breathing into that whole right side. Notice if you're shifting the hips over to the right. Bring some weight back over toward that left knee. And you can stay here with that right arm. You can float it up toward the ceiling, opening across your chest here. One more breath in. Nice and easy. We'll take the hand back down to the floor if you lifted it. Slide it back underneath the shoulder. Sweep the left arm this time. Open your chest. And as you exhale, releasing the hands back down. Nice. From here, we'll take the hands out, maybe a palm's length. Tuck your toes under. Lifting the knees here, reach your hips up and back into your first down dog and just start to pedal your feet. You can bend a knee and straighten a knee, taking your time. Still kind of warming up, getting things moving. And then we'll lengthen the heels toward the mat here. So lifting up through your sitting bones, the thighs are drawing back. The chest is moving toward the thighs, pressing into the hands. You can take a generous bend to the knees as needed, lifting the heels with. And then from here, go ahead and shift forward. We'll find a high plank or a push-up position, shoulders over your wrists. Aiming forward to tippy toes, take the knees down here. And then see if you can control your descent. Lowering all the way down, elbows drawing in toward your side ribs. Once you're here, untuck the toes. From here, activate the legs. Pump the elbows in, slide your hands underneath the shoulders. Peel the chest away, just take a baby cobra. Or release the forehead back down, 2 more like that. So peeling the chest away. Legs are active. Let them support a little lift of the chest. 1 more baby cobra. Peel the chest away. And this time, bringing the shoulders underneath, or the hands underneath the shoulders, draw back onto all fours from here. Tuck your toes, lift the hips up and back, come back to down dog. Pedaling in place 1 more time. And then nice and easy, we're gonna take the hands all the way back toward the feet, so 2 inches at a time. Slowly, you can bend the knees. And then once you're back here, we're gonna take a generous bend in the knees. Allow the chest to just release onto the thighs, coming into your forward fold. Allow the weight of the head to be heavy. And then from here, you can take your hands onto the calves and just kind of sliding the hands down the calves toward the fronts of the shins into the ankles. Take a little release of the back body here. And on this next one, releasing all the way down, kind of reaching it out, maybe adding a little grounding for the feet. And then softening the knees here. We'll take a hold of opposite elbows. Shake your head yes, shake your no. From any tension in the head, neck, and shoulders. You can take a little rock side to side. Just kind of opening up from the side body here. And then we'll come to rest in the middle. Soften your knees, pull up and in the belly, and rolling up to stand. Think of stacking 1 vertebrae on top of another. You can bring the hands to the thighs for support. Rolling your shoulders back, really grow tall. And we're going to take a nice, easy walk to the head of your mat. I'm going to readjust my mat while you do so. So go ahead and take a slow walk, noticing the feeling of the feet, the mat underneath. Bringing your awareness into the space. We'll meet at the top of your mat in Tadasana. You're welcome to take your blocks on either side of the head of the mat if you've got them. And then from here, lift all 10 toes away from the floor. So you can spread the toes, bring them down 1 at a time, starting with those pinkies all the way down to the big toes. And then find a little lift of the inner heel. And let that lift travel up, engaging the kneecaps here, engage the quads, drop the tailbone down, roll your shoulders back. And then think of the crown of the head reaching up toward the ceiling as you reach the feet. Nice, as you inhale, take the arms all the way up overhead. And on an exhale, folding forward, a little bend in the knees here. Lengthening the belly, the hands can come to shins or maybe the thighs to really roll the shoulders back here. And then folding forward, soften your knees. Rise all the way up to stand, grounding down to the feet, lifting the arms up overhead. Exhale, releasing the arms back down. Awesome. Inhale, sweeping the arms. Hinge from your hips here, fold forward a little, bend the knees. Find a nice long spine. And then hands can come to shins or thighs. Roll your chest and shoulders open. And fold forward from here, soften your knees, hinge from your hips, rise all the way back up to stand, reaching for the arms. Exhale, releasing the arms down. Awesome. One more like that. Inhale, lifting the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, hinge from your hips, a little bend in the knees as you fold forward. And then lengthen your belly, lifting the belly away from the thighs. Holding forward, soften your knees here, ground down from the feet, rise all the way up to stand. And relaxing the arms back down. So awesome. From here, we'll inhale the arms all the way up overhead. This time, hinging from your hips, fold forward. Lengthening through the belly. You're welcome to grab a couple of blocks or come to fingertips here. Step that right foot nice and easy back into a lunge. Nice. Once you're here, go ahead and lower the back knee, sink the hips. And then you can bring the hands onto this front thigh, lift your chest. Press into this left foot. Rise up. Readjust your pelvis. Make sure those hip points are facing forward. And then rebend this front knee. Press down to rise up. So this front foot is like a break. And then re-sink. One more like that. So you're backing the hips up over that back knee. And re-sink into this front knee. Find this lift of the chest. And stay with the hands on the thigh or sweep the arms all the way up. Anjaneyasana. Not hard to lift. Take a breath in. We'll bend the elbows. Sweep the arms back behind you. And then come back into a low lunge here. And then from here, lengthen all the way through that front leg. So you're welcome to grab a hold of blocks and then rebend this front knee. And then from here, lengthen all the way through that front leg and rebend. Move through that 2 more times. So remember, you can have your blocks at the low height here, the medium height like I do. If this doesn't feel like enough, take them up onto this high height. Yeah. And then the next time you lengthen the leg, maybe stepping the back foot in just a bit so you can ground the heel. And then soften your face and fold over the legs. The hands don't readily reach the floor. Take a hold of blocks here or coming onto the fingertips. Straighten through that front leg as much as you can, even if it doesn't straighten all the way. Make sure you're steady, so shorten the stance as needed. We'll take one more breath here. Exhale, folding forward over that leg. And then rebend your front knee. Come back onto fingertips here. Find a little lift through your belly. We're going to step that left foot back to meet the right and make your way to down dog. Take a breath. As you exhale, lengthen the heels toward your mat. And on an inhale breath, shifting forward into that high plank position, shoulders over your wrists. Go ahead and lower the knees down. See if you can hug your elbows in as you lower all the way onto your belly. Nice. Once you're here, slide the hands underneath the shoulders. Activate the legs. Let that support a little lift to the chest here. Cobra. And then tucking the toes, draw back through all fours. We'll lift the hips up and back to down. Take a breath. Exhale it out. And then inhaling here as you exhale, step your right foot forward between the hands. You might need to wiggle the back toes back a bit. Find that lift through your chest. And then stepping that left foot to meet your right. Fold over. Grounding your feet, take the arms all the way up as you breathe in. And releasing the arms down. Tadasana. Inhale here, sweeping the arms up overhead. Hinging from your hips, a little bend in the knees here as needed. Lengthening the belly, heart toss forward. This time we'll step the left leg back. And you're welcome to grab some blocks. Nice. From here, lower that back knee all the way down to the floor. Start to sink the hips. You can take some padding to that back knee like a blanket as needed. Taking your hands onto your front thigh, lift your chest. Press down through the right foot. Rise up so that your hips are stacked over that back knee. Realign your pelvis. Sink back into the front knee, keeping the hip points reaching forward. Press down, rise up. Re-sink. Making sure the pelvis is level here. One more. We'll rebend this front knee. From here, sweeping the arms, Anjaneyasana, a little back bend here. Heart can lift. Bend the elbows, draw the shoulder blades together. Release the hands all the way down to the floor. We're going to tuck the back toes under, come back into a lunge from here. Grab a little blocks or come to fingertips, lengthening through that belly. And then as you exhale, draw the hips back forward. So as you rebend the front knee, draw your heart forward. Exhale to lengthen all the way through that front leg, draw your hips back. Move through that 2 more times. Moving on your breath. And this last one will lengthen all the way through the front leg. So if you need to, shorten your stance a bit, maybe hop the back foot in. Again, if the blocks aren't high enough, you can always take them up to the higher height here. And then softening your face. What can you do to soften into this stretch? Relaxing the jaw a bit. Take another breath here. Exhale the breath out. And then rebend your front knee. We'll come back to lunge, release your blocks. And find a little lift in the belly, stepping that foot back to meet the other foot. Make your way to down dog. Take a breath here. On your next breath in, travel forward into a plank. Make sure your shoulder blades are set onto the back. And that lift the belly, lower the knees down. And then see if you can hug the elbows in and control your descent all the way onto the belly. Once you're here, untuck the toes. And then activate the legs, let that support a little lift of the chest, cobra. From here, pressing into the hands, come back for all fours. Tuck the toes under, reach the hips up and back down. Take a breath. Exhale. And then from here, stepping the left foot through, come back into a lunge. Step that right foot back to meet the left. Fold over your legs. Round the feet here, take the arms all the way up as you breathe in. And exhaling the arms to your sides. Tadasana. Nice, inhale, sweeping the arms. We'll fold forward, hinging from the hips. This time, come onto your fingertips, and we'll go ahead and step that left foot back. Starting off in a lunge here, spin the back heel to the mat, ground your heel, reach the arms all the way up. Coming into warrior one. And then see if you can ground the back heel, and as you do, find a lift of the chest. And if the arms don't reach straight up overhead, feel free to take them to a V, but can you straighten all the way through the elbows? Take another breath here. Exhale up fully. And then take a breath in, and as you exhale, just opening up to warrior two. So readjust your stance a bit. Bring your front foot forward and the back leg back, so that as you bend into that front knee, eventually the knee may align over the ankle. And then make sure that right knee is opening out to the right. From here, extend the arms out. Nice. If you have issues with the shoulders, you can always take the hands to heart center. If not, extend out through the arms. Look back at that back hand. Make sure it's one long line here, fingertip to fingertip. Breathing in and out. Take another breath here. Exhaling your breath. Maybe sinking into that front knee a little more deeply. Keep the outer edge of that back foot grounding down. Nice. Take another inhale. And then from here, on your inhale breath, take that hand all the way down to the floor. We'll spin the back heel away from the mat. And then from here, stepping your right foot back to meet your left. Coming into downward facing dog. On an inhalation, come forward into a plank. And then you can lower the knees here, lowering all the way onto the belly. Activate the legs, peel the chest away. And then coming back for all fours. This time we'll sink the hips to the heels, round your spine, child's pose. If this is too much, remember you always have the option to take a puppy here, so hips over the knees. And then resting the forehead on the mat, coming out to the fingertips. And then from here, nice and easy, coming back into downward dog. We'll step the right foot forward, into lunge. Take that left foot to meet the right. And this time, toe heel the feet apart just a bit, so they're just underneath your sitting bones. You can take a hold of opposite elbows, or you can hold blocks. Lengthen your belly as you exhale, fold forward. Take a little bend in the knees here. Release the chest toward the thighs, allow the head to be heavy. Releasing into this. And then maybe, just maybe, working towards straightening the legs, lifting the hip points up toward the ceiling. One more breath in, Uttanasana. Exhale it out. Soften your knees. You can bring your hands to your thighs for a little more support, or keep a hold of opposite elbows. Roll up to stand. Release the arms down here, roll your shoulders back. Inhale, taking the arms all the way up. Exhale, we'll fold all the way forward. So from here, lengthening through the belly, let's step the right leg back. Coming into a low lunge, spin your back heel down. Draw an imaginary line from that front heel to the inner arch of that back foot. As you feel steady, take the arms all the way up, warrior one. And then you can check this back foot. Make sure the toes aren't pointing toward that side wall. So maybe more like a 45-degree angle so that you're able to angle this hip a bit. So hip points will face kind of on a diagonal. Slide your hands up to your rib cage. Bring your torso to face forward over that front leg. Bend into the front knee. Relax the arms. And then as you breathe in, take the arms up. And then remember, if you can't bring them directly overhead, take them to more of a V, but maybe straighten all the way through the elbows. As you ground the heel, lift the chest, breath in, and we'll open up to two. Readjust your stance a bit here. Sink into the front knee. Nice. If you're experiencing any shoulder issues, maybe the hands come over the heart. Otherwise, extend out through the arms. Look back toward that right hand. Make sure you have a long line, fingertip to fingertip, breathing in and out. Nice. We'll take another breath here. And then take the back hand all the way down, frame your front foot, spin the back heel away from the floor, lift through the belly, take that left foot back to meet your right, come to down dog. Stay right here or inhale, travel forward to a plank. Lowering the knees down, hug your elbows and lower all the way down. And then from here, peel your chest away, cobra, come back for all fours, tuck the toes, lifting the knees, reach your hips up and back to down dog. Take a breath. And then stepping the left foot through, come back to that lunge. We'll take the right foot to meet it. Folding over here, and then toe heeling the feet apart just a bit. So again, opposite elbows. You can take a hold of blocks here. Soften your face, relax your jaw. Easing into this. Maybe you're able to start to work towards straightening the knees, but not by just pressing the knees back, but lifting the hips up toward the ceiling. Allow the weight of the hips release. Take another breath in, and then from here, you're welcome to grab onto the thighs for support, or fast opposite elbows, rolling up to stand. Roll your shoulders back to the top of the rotah. Take a moment to stand in Tadasana. Nice. This time, inhaling the arms all the way up. We'll exhale, fold forward. Lengthen your belly here. Stepping the left foot back, ground heel. From here, float the arms all the way up and back to warrior one. Take a breath or two here, reaching out for the fingertips. And then we'll open back up to two. As you bend into that front knee, make sure this right knee is opening out to the right. So take a peek down, make sure you're not rolling in on the inside of that foot. And energetically think of opening that thigh and the knee toward the right. This time we're going to lengthen all the way through that leg. Lengthening through the right side, reach the right fingertips toward that side wall, take the hand to the shin. We'll float the top arm up. Triangle. And then you're welcome to gaze straight ahead. You can take that gaze up toward the hand. If that feels like too much here, you can lower the gaze down toward that big toe. Nice, find this lift up, press down for both feet, rise. We'll bring our feet to their parallel here. Trying to face that side wall, a little bit of a back up, lift your chest, holding forward here, lowering down. Hands can come onto blocks on the floor. Reaching the crown of the head toward the mat, take a peek at your feet, make sure they're parallel to one another. Lengthening the belly and then folding over. You're welcome to take a bend in the knees as needed. Again, if the hands don't really reach the floor, maybe the hands are on a block. We'll take one more breath here. Exhale in your breath. Nice and easy. From here, lengthen the belly, walk the hands out. Start to walk the hands around for this front foot. Nice, we'll rebend that front knee, lower the back knee all the way down, maybe adding some padding. And this time, taking the hands onto that front thigh, find that lift of the chest, realign the pelvis here, and reach the arms. Asana. As you sink into that front knee, maybe getting that opening to the front of that left hip. This time, releasing the hands down, maybe grabbing hold of your blocks. Keep the back knee on the floor, and we'll lengthen it over that front leg. So, showing the foot forward a bit. Maybe the left toes leave your mat. Into this stretch the hamstring. So, half Hanumanasana. Remember, you can always take the higher height if this is feeling like too much. You don't want to force or strain here, just breathing into this, deep breaths in and out. Take another breath here. Exhale your breath. Slowly rebending into that front knee. We'll transition back into a lunge. Just step that left foot to meet your right. Hold over. And then ground the feet. Little bend in the knees, rise up. Release the arms down. Tadasana. Take a breath or two here in Tadasana. Take the arms all the way up overhead. Hinge from your hips, little bend in the knees, holding forward. This time, lengthening through the belly, we'll step the right leg down. Ground the heel. Trace that imaginary line from your heel all the way through that arch to the back foot. Lift the arms all the way up here. Into warrior one. Find this lift of the chest. Grounding through the back heel. Take a breath. And just open up to two. Sink into the front knee. Find that extension through the arms. If this is too much for the arms, take the palms of the heart. If you're having any shoulder issues. And then take a peek down, make sure that left knee and thigh are opening out for the left. And we'll lengthen all the way through that front leg. This time cut the left hip under. Reach the hips over to the right. Taking that hand to the shin. Lift the right arm up, Trikonasana. And again, if this is too much on the neck to look up, you can look straight ahead. Or maybe turn the gaze down toward that front big toe. More important is to keep those low ribs rolling under here, chest turning up. And then like somebody's got you by the wrist, pulling you back up. We'll bring the feet so they're parallel here. Lengthen the belly, reach the arms. You can bring your hands to your hips, hold all the way forward. Bringing hands onto the block here or to the floor. Reach the crown of the head toward the neck. Check out your feet. Make sure they're more or less parallel to one another. Toes are straight ahead or just slightly turned in. Nice wide stance. And then think of shifting your weight forward a bit so that the weight comes into the balls of the feet. That's lining up over the heels. Deepening that opening through the back body. Take another breath here. And then lengthen the belly. We'll walk the hands back around from that front foot. Lower the back knee. Take any padding as needed to that back knee. Sink the hips. And then as you feel steady, take your hands onto your front thigh. Lift your chest. We'll sweep the arms. Asana, sweeping the arms all the way back, and then lengthen over this front leg. So toe heel the foot forward a bit. Remember, you can have blocks on the higher height here. Lengthening your belly, pull forward over that leg, and stay right here, half Hanumanasana. So you don't want to strain or force. Try and relax your jaw. Try and soften the face. This can be quite a stretch of the hamstrings, and just breathe into this a couple more rounds of breath. And we'll nice and easy rebend that front knee. Come back into a low lunge here. Tuck your back toes under, lift the back knee away. Stepping that right foot to meet the left, hold over. And then ground the feet, soften the knees, but reach the arms all the way up. Take a moment to pause in Tadasana. And then start to spread through the toes of the right foot. If you need to, come to a wall here for support. And when you're ready, bring that left foot up. So we're going to set up for Vrikshasana. You have options here. You can bring the foot so that it's on the heel with both feet on the floor. You can bring this leg up to the shin, the calf, or you can take it up to the inner thigh. And then think of really energizing that leg. So you can stand by a wall and
Maybe have one hand on the wall for support. And maybe work on standing on that one leg. And remember, those little adjustments your ankle is making are just fine. You don't want to stop them. You're not a stick and cement, you're a tree. You can stay with the hands over the heart or float the arms all the way up and maybe gaze up toward your hands. A little more challenge. And then coming back down the way you came into it, nice and slow. Transfer your weight so that you're back on 2 feet. Take a moment to stand in Tadasana. And then start to spread through the toes of that left foot when you're ready, bringing the right foot up. So take your time. So remember, you can have kickstand with that heel down. You can have it to the calf or all the way to the inner thigh. Energize the leg here, that standing leg. So think of actively pressing the foot into the calf of the thigh and the calf of the thigh back into the foot. And then as you grow roots down into the floor, lifting the crown of the head toward the ceiling, staying with the hands over the heart, or for a little more challenge, lift the arms all the way up, bring the arms to a V, maybe, just maybe lifting your gaze. Nice and easy, lowering down. Take a moment, come back to Tadasana. Nice, we're gonna come to the floor from here, reaching the arms, holding all the way forward. Lengthen the belly here, step back, one foot, and then the other to meet it. Lower the knees, sink your hips to your heels around your spine. Coming into child's pose. Slowing down the heart rate, slow down the breath. If this is too much, remember you can keep a puppy instead. Hips over the knees, reaching the arms out. We'll walk the hands in. We're going to swing the legs around here. Come onto your back. And then take the right ankle to the left knee. Coming into reclining pigeon here, or figure 4 stretch. You're welcome to stay here. If you're already feeling that stretch, or maybe even that foot on the floor or to a block. Or you can thread the hands back on this left thigh. If that causes you any tension at all in the upper body, just keep the arms released at your sides and breathe into the stretch. Flex the feet a bit. Draw the toes back. Keep that right knee opening up to the right. Breathing into this a couple more rounds now. Take another breath in. I'm going to lengthen that leg long onto your mat. Scoot your hips about 2 inches to your right. Drop the knee across the body here. Take a twist out, just like we did at the beginning. Let the weight of that right shoulder blade release into the floor. Moving over that right shoulder, one more breath. We'll unwind. Take the left ankle to the right knee this time. Stay here if you're already feeling the stretch. You can bring that foot onto the block. You can release the foot away from the floor. You can thread your hands back behind this right thigh if it's available to you. And then try to keep the head and neck relaxed, relax your jaw. Soften your face, flex the feet a bit, and keep that left knee opening out for the left. Breathe into the stretch. One side might feel very different from the other, that's okay. What can you do to soften into this a bit more? Maybe pulling it in just a little bit closer as you feel the stretch. Take another breath here. We'll lengthen that leg long. Scoot your hips a little to your left here. And then drop the knee across the body. Coming into this twist. And bend this left elbow. Let the weight of that left shoulder blade release into the floor. One more breath. Exhaling it out. And then nice and easy, we'll unwind. And we'll set up for Shavasana here. So if you've got a blanket, you're welcome to roll it like so. And then you can bring that up underneath the knees for support. So especially helpful if you tend to overarch the low back or have any back issues. And then you're welcome to doing your lights here. And the blanket, you'll roll long ways. And it's gonna go underneath the knees like so. And then nice and easy, lengthening the legs long onto your mat here. Let the legs drop open. All the way down if you have another blanket and you want to bring it up underneath the head for support, you're welcome to. And we'll come into
Shavasana here, our final resting pose. Here, take a deep breath in. On the exhale, send it all the way down to your toes and see if you can imagine a ray of light, sunshine. And then imagine that ray of light shining down on your toes and working your way up to your feet. Warming your shins, your calves, working your way up to your knees, the thighs. And then see that ray of light traveling up to your hips, melting any tension you're still holding on to. The chest, the arms at the sides, the fingers, all the way up to your shoulders, your neck, and your head. And then feeling yourself just sink down into your mat. Take a deep breath here. Send it all the way down to your toes. And starting to bring some gentle movement back to the body, maybe wiggling the fingers, toes. Maybe taking the head side to side. Take a little circle of the wrists here, bending the elbows, maybe circling the ankle. And then as you're ready, maybe taking the arms up overhead. We'll take a final stretch. Your fingers all the way down to your toes. And here, bending the knees in one at a time. And then nice and easy, just making your way onto your right side. And pause. Take a moment and just soak in all the effects of practice. And keeping the eyes closed.
Allowing the head to be the last to come up. Make your way up to an easy seat here. And you're welcome to take a block or blanket underneath the hips. Just taking a moment back to your breath. Maybe joining the hands over the heart. Take a breath in. Exhale it out. And then bringing the hands to forehead center and folding forward. As we say, namaste. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks for joining me.